watching Arkansas, obviously 6 guys back from a team that went to NIT, and what impressed me about their team last year when Gafford chose not to play, they won a road game in NIT, and a lot of these guys were big factors in that game. They've added Jimmy Witt, who was there before, and then he was at SMU, came back to Arkansas, and has been a really good player for them. So obviously Joe and Mason are playing like 2 first-team All-SEC players, were really good against us last year, a lot of the people in the SEC. So their team's playing good, guarding at a high level, really sharing the ball. So, it'll be a really tough test tomorrow.
They were minus 29, I think, on the glass rebounding. That's a big number. What do you think of that area of their game?
Yeah, the 2 things that when you play them, what they're really good at is points off turnovers. Creating offense through defense. They lead the league in steals, and one of the tops in the country, and they convert them to baskets. LSU is probably one of the best rebounding teams in college basketball. Just kind of impose their will on them. LSU can do that on a lot of people. I mean, they just went and got it, and that was really the difference in the game. Probably Arkansas maybe didn't get as many points off turnovers as they would have liked. It was 15-10, only +5. But you're right, Paris. That was the difference. That LSU just went back and got 23 offensive rebounds that led to 26 points.
You look at your team on film after a game like Texas A&M. I'm sure you're watching for a lot of things. What do you think about kind of body language and that kind of thing in the second half of that game?
We reverted back to before I got the job, and that's no reflection on anybody. It's just that's all we talked about last year, and so we're a team that doesn't play as hard as we would like. I said it before. It hurts me because all the teams that I've had the last 10 or 12 years that had toughness and physicalness and played with great body language. I love teams that play with an edge and play with passion. And so when it goes a little bad for us right now, our leadership is not great. And so we've got a lot of areas that we've got to improve in.
You had a lot of teams at Middle Tennessee that, at least in my opinion, really reflected your personality.
We do not.
This one does not right now, and we're in January. Are you surprised that at this point?
Which is killing me. It is, and we're doing toughness things in practice every single day, and so we're going to keep fighting it every single day because without toughness in this league, it's going to be really, really hard. And we can show signs of it. Shot making affects our toughness, and it does some teams. And so, like in that second half, when we didn't shot make, and Blake's 1 for 9, and KJ's missing balls around the goal, Devontae's 5 for 18. And then we just didn't really guard the toughness. But, shot making in a lot of games that you guys have seen has been a big issue for us. You think about it. A&M's improved now. They won, beat Oregon State at home, and they played Arkansas right to the wire, like the last 4 or 5 minutes. And so their team's getting better. And the big kid is he's as good as defensive center in college basketball. So he changed it. But, if you think you can go on the road, hold a team to 39% and 57 points, you think you're having a great chance, especially holding 19 in the first half. And so just our inability to go make plays from other people besides Brian is something we've got to improve on also.
Kermit, it looked like the trajectory with the Memphis game, as close as it was, Penn State, was this, and it just looks like, as you mentioned, reverted. Was there something that triggered that, an event? Was it?
No, I don't think. I think Penn State was a lightning in a bottle, in 15 minutes. Everybody goes through it, but obviously, Blake's in it. Blake doesn't get to practice every single day. I don't know if he's as in good a rhythm as he can. His health is fine, but he's got to be off and different things. And then, obviously Luis's injury after a while with the toughness part of it is a big key. Bryce, who we're really counting on, has missed the last 2 games with the growing and won't play tomorrow. What's happened is that we have 4 returning guys. And for the most part, I love them all, but those 4 guys need to play at a higher level. And some of the other young guys, I think, are going to be good players, hadn't been impactful players in some of these high-level games. And so our statistics against Power 5 is much different than it is against non-Power 5. And so that's just something, obviously, we've got all Power 5 left that we've got to change.
You've been struggling to make plays and make shots outside of Brian. Is that something you're still kind of searching for in terms of going through someone when he's off the floor?
Devontae's had, mean, Devontae's 5 for 18, and he had never missed a dead layup, and to go up one, he missed some good shots. Blake Henson probably shot a couple of advanced threes that maybe he should have shot fake to go by, but had some open looks. KJ Buffin at the rim was intimidated by Nebo, and so Hadim C. probably missed 2 or 3 layups, had a dunk blocked, so there's a lot of opportunities for our team, and we got to go make plays. Those guys got to make plays, and just got to make basketball plays, and that's what we've got to have them to do.
Do you anticipate having Bryce back soon?
I don't know. I don't know if he'll be back Tuesday. Today's the first day that he's going to try to do anything, which I'm sure is not going to be much, and so I don't know. It may be another week before we kind of get him, to where he feels comfortable playing on it right now. I think he can kind of run straight ahead, but you get those growing injuries of really trying to cut and move, and so he may have a little more time left ahead of him.
Do you have a timeline at all for Luis?
He got a great report at the doctor. He's like 2 weeks ahead of schedule, but he's still, he's in a boot. I think it's going to be a long shot for Luis to play. Could we play him I don't know if it's the right thing to do for Luis. I think the right thing to do for him is he redshirts. Just my gut feeling right now, because he hadn't done anything. And Luis's advantages are physicalness, toughness, athleticism, and those things take a while. So I think we'll probably be really, really careful with Luis, and I would say if I had to bet right now that he'll redshirt this year.
Is that different, Kermit? I thought I heard 8 weeks for him at the beginning.
Yeah, they said 8 weeks, and they thought maybe by the end of January, 1st of February, and that could still be true.
Yeah.
But do you bring a guy back
Yeah.
for 8 games, maybe whatever it is in the postseason, and a guy could get 30-something games the next year. It's just at some point, what I think Luis would do anything we ask him to do. I think he's just that kind of cat, But I just think probably the best thing for Luis is for him to take his time, get it completely healthy, no more setbacks, and get on to next year.